I want you to think about something right now. Close your eyes for just a moment and picture your future. Where do you want to be in a year? 5 years, 10 years from now? What does that future look like? How does it feel to have everything you've ever dreamed of? To have success, freedom, and fulfillment? Now, let me ask you this. What's stopping you from getting there? What is the one thing that's holding you back right now from becoming the person you were meant to be? I'll tell you what it is. It's belief in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, then you'll never make the leap to greatness. You see, belief is like the fuel for your fire. Without it, you're just spinning your wheels, stuck in the same place. But once you have that belief, that uncheckable confidence in who you are and what you can do, the doors of opportunity will open. Eric Thomas, one of the greatest motivational speakers of our time, was homeless at one point. He had nothing, but what he did have was a belief in himself. He chose to believe in his potential, even when everyone else doubted him. That belief was the spark that ignited his success. He didn't wait for someone to give him permission. He didn't wait for the perfect opportunity to show up. He chose to believe in himself and take action, no matter how tough things got. He knew that without belief, he would be stuck in the same cycle of struggle forever. And that's the choice you have right now. You can choose to believe in yourself, even when the world tells you it's impossible. You can choose to trust that you have what it takes to make it, just like Eric did. But it all starts with that belief. When you believe in yourself to unlock your full potential, suddenly the things that seemed impossible start to feel achievable. And when you pair that belief with action, there's no limit to what you can accomplish. You see, belief isn't just a feeling, it's a powerful force. It's the very thing that moves you when you don't feel like moving. It's the thing that makes you get back up after you fall. Without it, you're just drifting, hoping for success to find you. But when you believe, success starts to find you. So my question to you right now is, do you believe in yourself? Do you truly believe you have what it takes to make your dreams a reality? Because if you don't, you need to change that, starting right now. In every great story of success, the first chapter is always the same. It begins with the individual believing in themselves. Whether it's a CEO, a top athlete, or someone who overcame personal adversity, they all started with one thing: self-belief. And this doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It doesn't mean you have to have everything figured out. What it means is that you trust yourself enough to take the first step, even if you don't have all the answers. So take that first step. Start by believing that you have the power to create the life you want, because that belief, that unstoppable confidence, will fuel everything you do from this moment forward. And I promise you, once you believe in yourself, there's nothing in this world that can hold you back. You know what the difference is between the people who succeed and the ones who don't. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's action. Dreaming is easy. Everybody can dream. We can all sit around and picture the life we want. But here's the truth. The moment you take action, that's when everything changes. Think about Eric Thomas for a second. He didn't wait around for someone to give him a free pass to success. He didn't sit there and wish for the perfect conditions to fall into his lap. He made the decision to take action. He took action when the world wasn't watching, when no one cared about his story. He took action in his hardest moments, When he had nothing but his belief and a burning desire to succeed, action is where the magic happens. You can sit there and plan all you want, but until you take action, you're just talking, you're just thinking, you're just dreaming. It's the action that separates the dreamers from the doers. And trust me, every successful person you admire had to take action. It didn't just fall into their lap. Here's the thing about action. It's never going to feel perfect. You're never going to feel 100% ready. The timing is never going to be ideal. The conditions are never going to be perfect. So if you wait for everything to line up before you take action, you'll never move. You'll be stuck in that cycle of waiting, of hoping, of thinking that you need all the answers before you take that leap. But here's the truth. You don't need to know everything. All you need to do is take that first step, and then the next one, and the next. Action creates momentum. It creates results. You start to build and create your life, even if you don't have everything figured out yet. Look, I know it's hard. I know it's easy to get scared. But every time you don't take action, you're holding yourself back. You're the one stopping your progress. And guess what? The world won't wait for you. Time doesn't slow down for anyone. So if you don't move now, someone else will. Eric Thomas, even when life hit him hard, didn't wait for permission. He acted every single day. You think it was easy. No. Was he afraid? Yes, but did he take action anyway? Absolutely. And that's why he is where he is today. Because he kept moving forward, and you need to do the same. Stop waiting. Start now. Start today. Whether it's applying for that job, calling that client, starting that workout routine, or writing that book, whatever it is, take the first step. The action doesn't have to be huge. It just has to be taken. And I'll tell you what happens next. Once you take that step, things start to shift. You gain confidence. You start building momentum. And when that happens, you realize you're not just moving, you're growing. You're growing in ways you can't even imagine right now. So stop thinking about the next big thing. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Take action, even if it's scary, especially if it's scary. Because once you start, that's when you realize how much power you have. Now, let me ask you this. What happens when you push past your limits? You see, the real magic happens when you push past the point where you think you can't go any further. The moment when you feel like you've reached your breaking point, that's when you've just begun. Think about it. When you think you've done all you can, when you feel completely drained, when your body says no, and your mind says quit, that's when the real growth begins. Eric Thomas, even when life was at its hardest, found a way to push beyond his limits. He didn't stop when he was tired. He didn't stop when he faced failure after failure. He didn't stop when it was tough. He pushed. He pushed beyond what he thought was possible. And that's why he's been able to inspire millions. And this is exactly what you need to do, too. You need to push past your limits. Because that's where you'll discover who you really are. When you push beyond your limits, you are breaking down barriers. You are unlocking parts of yourself that you never knew existed. There's a version of you inside that you have never met yet. It's the version of you that will emerge when you stop settling for good enough and decide to break through the wall you've built around your potential. You see, we all have limits, but those limits, they aren't as real as we think they are. They are just mental blocks. And the moment you realize that, the moment you understand that those limits are nothing more than stories you've told yourself. You will start breaking them down one by one. You have so much more in you than you think. There's a reservoir of strength, power, and resilience within you, and all you need to do is tap into it. You need to push harder. When you feel like quitting, when you think you've hit a wall, push harder. Because on the other side of that wall is the breakthrough you've been waiting for. The truth is you're capable of more than you know. Your body can handle more than you think. Your mind can go further than you imagine. The only thing holding you back is that moment when you decide to stop. But here's the secret. You don't have to stop. When you feel like everything is against you, that's when you have to get stronger. That's when you need to go all in. That's when you have to embrace the pain, embrace the struggle, because you know that it's going to pay off. It's only in the struggle that you find growth. Eric Thomas didn't let obstacles define him. He let them fuel him. And that's the choice you need to make right now. The next time life throws a challenge your way, don't run from it. Embrace it. Use it as fuel. Push yourself further than you ever thought possible. Because that's where success is waiting for you. That's where the real transformation happens. On the other side of your limits. We've all been there. You've put in the work. You've given your best effort. You've made sacrifices. And yet you still don't get the result you wanted. Failure. But here's the thing about failure. It's not the end. It's just the beginning of something greater. Failure is not a reflection of who you are. It's a stepping stone to who you're becoming. Eric Thomas knows this better than anyone. He didn't become the success he is today by avoiding failure. In fact, he embraced it. He understood that failure is a necessary part of the journey. And he used each failure as fuel to push harder, to get better, and to learn more. Think about it. Every failure you face is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to evolve. Because every time you fail, you gain wisdom. You learn what doesn't work, what needs to be fixed, and what you need to do better next time. But the key to using failure as fuel is your mindset. How do you view failure? Do you see it as the end of the road, or do you see it as a chance to reset, refocus, and keep moving forward? Here's what most people don't realize. The people who succeed the most, the ones who reach extraordinary heights, are often the ones who have failed the most. Why? Because they didn't give up. They didn't let failure defeat them. They kept going. Every time they stumbled, they got back up, learned from it, and used that failure to propel themselves forward. Take a moment to think about your past failures, the ones that left you feeling like you weren't good enough, the moments when you thought you'd never succeed. How did you respond to those failures? Did you let them define you, or did you use them as lessons? Eric Thomas says it perfectly. You don't fail because you're not good enough. You fail because you quit too soon. And that's the truth. Failure is only final if you quit. But as long as you keep going, failure is just another lesson, another opportunity to get better. So the next time you face failure, don't let it crush you. Let it build you. Use it to fuel your fire. Let it push you harder, make you smarter, and strengthen your resolve. Every failure is another step closer to success. Remember, the greatest achievers of all time have faced their fair share of setbacks. They've fallen, they've lost, but they didn't let that stop them. They kept going, and now their stories inspire millions. Your story is still being written, And every failure you face today is simply the prologue to your ultimate success. Now, let's talk about the one thing that will either make or break you on your journey to success: your mindset. Your mindset is everything. It's the lens through which you view the world. It's the attitude you carry with you every day. And here's the hard truth: if you don't have the right mindset, all the hard work in the world won't get you where you want to go. Take Eric Thomas, for example. He could have easily allowed his circumstances, growing up without much, facing rejection after rejection, living through struggles most of us can't even imagine, to dictate his future. But he didn't. Instead, he chose to change his mindset. He chose to see opportunities where others saw obstacles. He chose to believe in himself when no one else did. And that choice, that shift in thinking, is what changed everything for him. Your mindset is your foundation. If it's strong, everything else will follow. But if it's weak, even the best opportunities will pass you by. So, how do you master your mindset? How do you develop the kind of mental toughness that will push you forward no matter what life throws your way? The first step is embracing a growth mindset. This means you believe that your abilities, intelligence, and success are not fixed. They can be developed, honed, and improved over time. You believe that challenges aren't signs of defeat, but opportunities for growth. You believe that every setback is just a setup for a comeback. Eric Thomas didn't have the luxury of being born into wealth or privilege, but he had something more important. He had a mindset that refused to accept defeat. He saw challenges as opportunities to grow stronger, to learn more, and to become the person he knew he could be. Your mindset is your choice. You can choose to see the world as an obstacle, or you can choose to see it as a canvas, a place where you can paint your future, create your success, and design your life. The second step to mastering your mindset is believing in yourself. Now, this doesn't mean being arrogant or thinking you know everything. It means having the confidence to take risks, to fail, and to keep going. It means trusting that you are capable of achieving what you set out to do, even when the road is tough. When Eric Thomas was homeless, he could have easily given up. He could have said, "I'm not meant for greatness. This is my reality." But he didn't. He chose to believe in himself. He chose to keep going, even when everything seemed impossible. And that belief in himself was the driving force behind his success. Finally, to master your mindset, you have to control your thoughts. Every day, your mind is bombarded with distractions, negativity, and doubts. But you have the power to choose which thoughts you allow to control you. Instead, replace them with thoughts that empower you, that push you forward, that remind you of your potential. Eric Thomas teaches us that the way you talk to yourself is incredibly important. Self-talk is powerful. If you tell yourself you can't do something, you're right. But if you tell yourself, "I am capable, I am worthy, I will succeed," then you start to believe it. And that belief will fuel your actions. Remember, your mind is your most powerful tool. It's the key to your success. You need to nurture it, protect it, and fill it with the thoughts, beliefs, and habits that will propel you to where you want to be. So, today, start shifting your mindset. Embrace the growth mindset, believe in yourself, and take control of your thoughts. Your future depends on it. Let me ask you this: what separates the successful from the unsuccessful? Is it talent, luck, connections? While all of these can play a role, The true difference lies in one powerful trait: consistency. It's the ability to show up day after day, no matter how tough things get. It's the will to keep pushing forward, even when you're not seeing immediate results. Consistency is the secret weapon that most people overlook, but it's the key to achieving anything you want in life. Eric Thomas didn't achieve success overnight. It didn't happen because of a single breakthrough moment. No, his success came from his ability to keep showing up, to keep working, even when the road was long and the results weren't clear. It's easy to get excited about something at the beginning. It's easy to put in a burst of effort when you're feeling motivated. But what separates those who succeed from those who give up is the ability to keep going when the excitement fades. You see, success isn't about making huge leaps every day. It's about making small, consistent efforts over time. Every single action you take, every small step forward, every time you show up and do the work, it all adds up. Eric Thomas didn't wait for the perfect moment to take action. He didn't wait for the stars to align. He worked hard every single day, even when things were tough. He didn't let obstacles stop him. He didn't let his failures derail him. He kept showing up, and that consistency is what ultimately made all the difference. Now, I want you to think about your own life. What can you do today, right now, that will move you closer to your goals? It doesn't have to be a massive step. It just needs to be a step forward, because that's how success is built. It's built one step at a time, one day at a time. Think about the small actions that you can repeat daily. Whether it's working on your skills, making those phone calls, reading that book, or getting up early to work on your dreams, these are the habits that create success. And when you do them consistently, they will compound over time, building momentum and propelling you toward your goals. Consistency is what creates momentum. Momentum is what gets results. And results are what create success. It's that simple. But here's the thing. You have to trust the process. You may not see immediate results. There will be times when you wonder if it's all worth it. There will be days when you feel like giving up. But you can't stop. You can't quit. The work you put in today is building the foundation for your future success. Eric Thomas says, don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done. This is the power of consistency. When you push through, even when you're exhausted, even when you don't feel like it, you're not just working for today. You're setting yourself up for long-term success. So, here's the challenge. Don't let inconsistency be your downfall. Don't let the excitement of the first few days fade away and leave you stuck. Make consistency your ally. Show up, do the work, and trust the process. Success is not a sprint. It's a marathon. And every step, no matter how small, counts. Keep going, keep pushing. Because in the end, it's not about who had the biggest breakthrough. It's about who was consistent enough to outlast everyone else. Let's face it, the path to success is not glamorous. It's not about the quick wins, the flashy moments, or the glory of getting noticed. The real path to success is about something much more demanding: the grind. Success requires grit, determination, and an unwavering work ethic. And guess what? The grind isn't pretty. It's the early mornings, the late nights, the constant hustle, and the days when you feel like you're making zero progress. It's about showing up every single day, even when you're tired, even when you're doubted, even when you're not seeing the results you want. Eric Thomas knows this better than anyone. He's a product of the grind. He didn't come from privilege or luck. He came from hard work. He came from the relentless pursuit of his goals, even when everything around him suggested he should quit. And that is the essence of the grind, pushing through the tough times, embracing the challenges, and continuing to move forward when it feels like the world is holding you back. Here's the truth. Success isn't handed to you on a silver platter. It's earned through sweat, struggle, and sacrifice. It's earned by pushing your limits, by doing the things that others are too afraid to do, by continuing to work while others are resting. It's the grind that separates those who succeed from those who fail. When Eric Thomas was homeless, he wasn't waiting for someone to hand him an opportunity. He wasn't waiting for the right circumstances to fall into place. He was grinding every single day. He was working his tail off, doing whatever it took to change his life. And it was that relentless commitment to the grind that ultimately brought him success. I know there will be days when you'll feel like giving up. There will be moments when you're exhausted, when you're questioning if it's all worth it. But I want you to remember this: success comes to those who embrace the grind. It's those who keep going when they feel like quitting that get to taste the sweet rewards of success. The grind is your secret weapon. It's the effort that compounds, the small daily actions that turn into big achievements. You might not see it right away, but every minute you spend grinding is a minute closer to your goals. Every hour you put in is building the foundation for your future, and those small actions will eventually lead to massive success. So, don't shy away from the grind. Don't look for shortcuts or easy ways out. Embrace the grind. Welcome the challenge. Welcome the struggle, because the harder the grind, the greater the rewards. Eric Thomas says, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And that's the grind. It's about wanting success so badly that you'll do whatever it takes to get there. You'll put in the hours, you'll make the sacrifices, and you'll do the work, no matter what. So let's be clear, success doesn't come without effort. If you're not willing to grind, then success will remain a distant dream. But if you're ready to put in the work, if you're willing to embrace the grind, then there's nothing that can stop you. Today, make a decision, embrace the grind. Work harder, push further, and outlast those who are too quick to give up, because in the end, the grind is what will set you apart. And the grind is what will lead you to success. One of the most powerful lessons that separates those who succeed from those who don't is the ability to take massive action. You see, you can talk all day about your dreams, you can think about your goals, and you can create the perfect plan. But without action, it's all just noise, it's all just words. The difference between dreamers and doers is action. It's the willingness to take risks, to step outside your comfort zone, and to put in the work. It's about moving beyond the planning phase and actually going out and getting your hands dirty. Eric Thomas learned this the hard way, but he understood that dreams alone won't get you where you want to be. You've got to take action. You might be in a place right now where you've been planning, strategizing, and trying to figure out the perfect moment to take action. But let me tell you, there's no perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. Stop waiting for the stars to align. Stop waiting for everything to be just right. There is no perfect moment. The best time to take action is right now. Don't wait until you feel ready, just start. because the truth is you'll never feel fully ready. But the more you take action, the more momentum you build and the more confidence you gain. Eric Thomas didn't wait for the right moment to start. He didn't wait until he had everything figured out. He just started. He took action. And that action, no matter how imperfect, eventually led him to where he is today. Now, I'm not saying that you should act recklessly. Action without direction can lead to chaos. But what I am saying is that you need to stop procrastinating. You need to stop second-guessing yourself. Every successful person you look up to has one thing in common. They took massive, focused action. They didn't sit around waiting for the perfect opportunity to come knocking. They created their opportunities. They stepped out and went after what they wanted with everything they had. Think about it. How many times have you let fear or uncertainty hold you back from taking action? How many times have you let doubt convince you that you're not ready, that you don't have enough experience, or that it's too late? It's time to silence that inner voice. It's time to shut down the doubts and take that leap. The more action you take, the clearer things become. Every step you take, no matter how small, gets you closer to your goal. Every decision you make to move forward, no matter how uncertain, is better than staying stuck in the same place. Eric Thomas says, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And the only way to get to the level of success is by taking massive action. It's the relentless pursuit of your goals, day in and day out. It's about pushing yourself to take one more step, no matter how hard it gets. So right now, decide that you will take action. Stop waiting for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect circumstances. The only thing that matters is that you start. Because once you do, momentum will take over and you will begin to see results. It's not about making perfect decisions. It's about making decisions and acting on them. Every move you make puts you one step closer to success. So don't let fear or hesitation hold you back. Take action now. If you're going after something great, I guarantee you this: you will face setbacks. You will hit obstacles that make you question on if it's all worth it. But here's the most important thing you need to remember: setbacks don't define you. It's how you respond to them that truly matters. Eric Thomas faced many setbacks on his journey to success. From being homeless to struggling to find his voice, everything seemed to stand in his way. Yet, every time he faced a setback, he didn't let it stop him. He didn't throw in the towel. Instead, he used every obstacle as a stepping stone to reach higher, to push further, to grow stronger. Setbacks are not permanent failures. They are temporary challenges. They are the test that life gives us to see if we truly have the strength and determination to go after what we want. Life is going to challenge you. It will test your resolve. But it's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you rise up. And let's be clear, rising up isn't easy. It's not about simply brushing off the dirt and pretending everything is okay. It's about facing the reality of the setback, acknowledging the pain, and then finding the strength to keep going. It's about refusing to let failure define you. Eric Thomas didn't let his difficult upbringing or his struggles define him. He used those experiences to fuel his fire. He used the pain, the frustration, and the hardship to create a better version of himself. He turned his setbacks into his biggest motivators, and that is exactly what you need to do too. Think about it. Every successful person you know has faced setbacks. Every single one. They've all been knocked down. They've all faced moments where they didn't know if they could continue. But the difference between them and the ones who gave up is simple. They chose to keep going. Here's the truth. You are stronger than your setbacks. You are more resilient than the obstacles that stand in your way. You have the ability to overcome whatever challenges life throws at you. But it's up to you to decide if you will rise above them or let them defeat you. When Eric Thomas was at his lowest point, when he had nothing to his name, he didn't stay down. He fought back. He found a way to turn his circumstances around by refusing to accept defeat. Defeat is only permanent if you accept it. If you refuse to let it win, then it has no power over you. So here's what I want you to do. The next time you face a setback, don't see it as a roadblock. See it as an opportunity for growth. See it as a lesson. Every failure is a lesson in disguise. Every setback teaches you something that will make you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the next challenge. When you fall, get back up, dust yourself off, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. Every time you rise, you grow stronger, and every time you overcome a setback, you get one step closer to your success. You have the power to rise from any setback, no matter what life throws at you. Remember, this is just a chapter in your story, not the end. The greatest triumphs come after the greatest challenges. Your best days are ahead of you, and those setbacks are only preparing you for the success that awaits. If you've learned anything so far, it's that success isn't just about what you do, it's about how you think. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you do. Your thoughts shape your reality. Master your mind and you master your world. Eric Thomas is the perfect example of someone who mastered his mindset. He didn't let the struggles of his past define him. Instead, he used those struggles to reshape his future. He chose to think differently, and that decision changed everything for him. You have the same power. Your mind is your most powerful asset, but only if you learn to control it. The reality is you're not always in control of your circumstances. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. And that starts with mastering your mindset. Think about the people who are constantly positive, constantly succeeding. What sets them apart isn't necessarily their resources or luck. What sets them apart is their mindset. They've learned how to reframe challenges, how to think about problems as opportunities, and how to focus on solutions instead of obstacles. It's time for you to adopt that same mentality. Stop focusing on what you can't control and start focusing on what you can. You have control over your thoughts, your actions, and your attitude. And with the right mindset, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Eric Thomas has said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. That's not just a catchy quote, it's a mindset shift. It's a shift from playing it safe to going all in. It's about taking ownership of your life and refusing to let fear, doubt, or negativity take control of your thoughts. Your mind will try to sabotage you. It will tell you that you're not good enough, that you're not capable, that you'll never make it, but you have to train your mind to reject those thoughts. You have the power to change your thoughts, to replace negativity with positivity, and to focus on your strengths instead of your weaknesses. Every time a negative thought arises, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me? Is it getting me closer to my goals? If the answer is no, let it go. Instead, replace it with a thought that pushes you forward, that empowers you, and that reminds you of the greatness within you. Mastering your mindset isn't a one-time thing, it's a daily practice. It's about consistently choosing to think positively, consistently choosing to focus on the solution rather than the problem. It's about developing the mental toughness to keep going when everything inside you says to quit. Eric Thomas had to change his mindset to go from being homeless to becoming a renowned motivational speaker. He had to choose to believe that his life could be different, that he was worthy of success, and that he could create a future that reflected his potential. That belief in himself, that mindset shift, is what propelled him to greatness. And you can do the same. Your mindset is the key. When you believe in yourself, when you focus on your strengths, when you make the decision to never give up, you unlock a level of power that few people ever tap into. So make a commitment to mastering your mindset. Choose to believe in your potential, choose to focus on the positive, and choose to take action every single day, no matter what. Because when you master your mind, you master your destiny. We all know that success doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't come in a single burst of effort. It comes from something far more powerful and far more attainable: consistency. Eric Thomas didn't rise to the top because of a single speech or one lucky break. He rose because, day after day, he kept showing up. Success is not about one massive effort. It's about the consistent, daily actions you take toward your goals. Imagine this. If you're working towards your dreams, but you only take action once a week, or only when you feel motivated, you're making it much harder for yourself to succeed. True success comes from showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, even when the world doesn't seem to be on your side. Eric Thomas speaks about how, even when things seemed impossible, he never took a day off from his work. He kept working, kept improving, and kept pushing himself. That's what made him great. Consistency separates those who succeed from those who give up. Success doesn't require you to be the smartest, the most talented, or the most fortunate. It requires you to be persistent, to keep going when others would stop, to do the work when no one is watching. Consistency is a choice. It's a decision to keep moving forward, even when the results aren't immediate, even when the road is tough. We often think that success will come quickly, that the effort will bring fast rewards. But the reality is that consistency is the real secret to long-term achievement. It's the small actions you take each day, even when they don't seem to matter much, that compound over time to create extraordinary results. It's about getting better every single day, even if that improvement is just 1% at a time. Let me ask you, how many times have you quit too soon? How many times have you thrown in the towel because progress seemed too slow or you didn't see instant results? The truth is, if you want to succeed, you have to keep going. Whether you're working on a fitness goal, starting a business, or pursuing any dream, consistency is the glue that will keep you moving forward. It's about getting up when you don't feel like it, doing the work even when you're tired, and staying disciplined no matter what distractions or setbacks come your way. The journey will be hard. There will be days when you'll want to quit, when you'll doubt if it's even worth it. But the ones who succeed are the ones who keep going even on those days. Eric Thomas wasn't always in the spotlight, but he showed up consistently. He gave his all, day after day, and eventually the world took notice. Success isn't about waiting for the right opportunity. It's about making the right opportunity every single day. It's about doing the work even when you don't feel like it. Consistency is what turns ordinary actions into extraordinary results. When you are consistent, you build momentum. And once you build momentum, you become unstoppable. Think about it. When you've been working on something consistently, it feels like you've got a constant flow of energy driving you forward. Even when things are tough, that momentum pushes you through the challenges. Momentum is a powerful force. When you start to get the hang of something, when you start seeing the small results of your consistency, that momentum carries you forward in ways you couldn't imagine. It propels you to do more, to achieve more, and to become more. So, don't underestimate the power of consistency. You don't have to be perfect, but you do need to be consistent. Every single effort you put in, no matter how small, is building toward your success. One of the most powerful things you can possess on your journey to success is belief in yourself. Belief that you are capable, that you deserve the life you're working for, and that you have what it takes to overcome every challenge that comes your way. Without belief, nothing else matters. It doesn't matter how hard you work, how talented you are, or how much time you put in. If you don't truly believe in your ability to succeed, you'll never reach your full potential. Eric Thomas had a lot of reasons to doubt himself. He was homeless. He struggled to make ends meet. But what set him apart was his unwavering belief in his purpose. He knew deep down that he had something to offer this world, and he was willing to do whatever it took to make his mark. This is where many people fail. They don't believe in themselves enough to keep going when things get tough. Belief is what fuels persistence. When you believe in your vision, no amount of difficulty can stop you. Think about the most successful people you admire. What sets them apart isn't just their skills or intelligence. It's their belief. They believed that they could achieve what they set out to do, even when others told them it was impossible. And that belief gave them the confidence to keep going, even when the odds were stacked against them. This isn't just a catchy phrase. It's the essence of belief. Belief isn't just a mental exercise. It's a deep, burning desire inside you. It's the unwavering certainty that you are capable of accomplishing what you set your mind to. But belief doesn't come from nowhere. It's something you have to build within yourself. It's like a muscle. It strengthens the more you exercise it. Every time you overcome a challenge, every time you prove to yourself that you can do something, your belief in yourself grows stronger. And that belief becomes contagious. When you truly believe in your potential, it shows. It radiates in your actions, your decisions, and your energy. People start to see your confidence, and they believe in you too. Your belief in yourself becomes the spark that ignites the belief in others. So, if you want to achieve success, start by believing in yourself. Believe that you are worthy of success. Believe that you have the strength to overcome any challenge. Believe that your dreams are achievable and that you have the power to make them a reality. Remember, belief is a choice. It's not about having all the answers or knowing exactly how things will turn out. It's about trusting yourself enough to take the next step, even when you can't see the entire staircase. When you believe in yourself, you create your own opportunities. Let's get real for a moment. Success isn't easy. In fact, it's often downright difficult. If you're waiting for the day and everything falls into place effortlessly, you're in for a long wait. The truth is, the path to greatness is filled with obstacles, setbacks, and challenges. But that's what makes success so sweet. Eric Thomas didn't become a renowned motivational speaker by taking the easy road. In fact, he spent years facing adversity, struggling, and battling against the odds. It's the struggle that builds the strength, the character, and the resilience that defines success. Think about it. Every time you overcome a challenge, you become stronger. Every failure you encounter teaches you something valuable. It's not the smooth, easy road that creates the most successful people. It's the tough, rocky one. The one that forces you to dig deep, push harder, and keep going when every part of you wants to give up. Eric Thomas once said, "I don't care if you're the most gifted, most talented person in the world will still test you. And those tests are what shape you. Without struggle, there is no growth. Without failure, there is no learning. Without hardship, there is no strength." The most successful people have faced some of the toughest struggles. They've lost, they've failed, they've been knocked down time and time again. But what sets them apart is that they didn't let those struggles define them. Instead, they used them to fuel their growth. They saw every challenge as an opportunity to improve, to learn, and to get closer to their goals. You might be facing your own struggles right now. Maybe things aren't going the way you planned. Maybe it feels like the universe is against you. But understand this, those struggles are part of your journey. They are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones. Every time you face difficulty and push through it, you become more than you were before. Your struggle is molding you into the person you need to become in order to achieve your dreams. So don't run from the struggle, embrace it. Eric Thomas knows that better than anyone. He spent years on the streets, struggling to survive. He battled his own doubts and insecurities. But instead of letting those struggles stop him, he let them fuel his drive. He knew that in order to be the person he wanted to be, he had to go through the fire, and that fire made him stronger, wiser, and more determined. You are no different. Whatever you're facing right now, whatever obstacle seems insurmountable, remember this: the struggle is part of your story. It's what will make you the person who achieves greatness. You will come out of this stronger, you will come out of this wiser, and you will be ready for the success that is waiting for you. So don't fear the struggle. Don't wish for an easy path. Embrace the challenges. Let them teach you. Let them push you, because on the other side of the struggle is the person you are always meant to be. And when you look back, you'll realize that it wasn't the smooth times that defined you, it was the struggle. And here we are, at the final step. But here's the thing, there is no final step. There is no destination. The journey never ends. The moment you stop growing, stop pushing, and stop believing is the moment you stop living. You've heard the stories, you've seen the struggles, you've felt the fire of determination burning inside you, And now it's time to make a choice. Will you keep going even when the world tries to tell you to quit? Will you keep moving forward even when you can't see the end? Will you stay committed to your purpose even when it feels like no one else believes in you? The truth is, your journey is far from over. It's just beginning. Success doesn't happen because you follow a straight path. It happens because you keep going, no matter the detours, the roadblocks, or the failures along the way. Eric Thomas didn't just get successful by believing in his dreams. He made a commitment. He committed to doing whatever it took, no matter how long it took. He committed to embracing the struggle, to showing up every single day, and to doing the work even when it seemed pointless. And that commitment, that relentless pursuit of his goals, is what made him the man he is today, and you have that same power within you. The only difference between where you are now and where you want to be is the choice you make. Choose to believe in yourself. Choose to keep pushing forward, no matter what the world throws at you. Choose to stay relentless in your pursuit of greatness. Because here's the real secret. Success isn't about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you get back up. It's about the strength to keep going even when it feels like everything is falling apart. It's about staying focused on your vision, staying true to your mission, and never giving up. You're capable of far more than you realize. Every single day you wake up is a new opportunity to get one step closer to your dreams. Don't waste a single moment doubting yourself. Don't let fear, failure, or the opinions of others hold you back. You are destined for greatness, but it's up to you to step into that destiny. So as we close today, remember this: the power to change your life is already inside you. The fire to accomplish your dreams is already burning, and the belief you need to succeed, that's yours to claim. Keep pushing, keep growing, keep believing, and above all, never stop chasing your greatness, because your journey, your success, and your legacy, they're waiting for you, and they start right now. Now, it's your turn. You've heard the message, felt the fire, and seen the truth in these words. But now it's time for action. Don't let this moment slip away. Take everything you've learned today and apply it to your life. Start right now. Decide that you will no longer settle for less than you deserve. Make that choice to push forward, no matter the obstacles. Let this be the day that everything changes for you. If you're ready to take your life to the next level, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notification so you never miss another dose of motivation. Join the community of people who are relentlessly chasing their dreams. And remember, no matter where you are, no matter what your current situation is, you have everything it takes to make your dreams a reality. Keep pushing, keep believing, and never stop. Let's go after success together.